Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. It's Thursday, August 20th. We're going to review 0-day options today on SPY and the small account challenge. I'm a little sick, so I'm going to keep it brief. Yesterday was awful. Today was also awful. Here's Eric's chart. He's SPY day trading on YouTube. This is a 30-minute. Gap down. Had some better looking structure today. Broke out of that green selling. Retested blue, but wicked way above it to that green. Found ourselves in green for a bit. Sold off that. Found support on gold. This is what I had charted. I had this one a little bit wider. I tightened it up to gray, where it is now, pretty quickly. Got gold from right here. Purples from here, and then here, and then it kind of didn't look like that was actually accurate, but it didn't matter. My first trade was a put at 1022 right here for the resistance. Inverse cup had closed. I was looking for a head, and this was my stop, this gray. Or move down. On 30-minute, we're still in that green. Whoa. Still in that green selling. I didn't have this gold charted yet, or this red. So yeah, I got in on, let's see here. Got in at 1022 right here. Somewhere like here. And it down and ripped up. I closed it out and I closed there. 89 cents to 76. Next trade was at 1023. I got into calls since it did break my gray there. Pretty good fill, I think. Closed this out. 99 cents to $1.06. And I closed it right here once it broke that green. I just realized the market's actually still open. We're getting the 5-minute move down. Yeah, I didn't have much to do over here at the end of the day. I wanted the 20-day all day, but no. Yeah, kind of retested it here. Pretty ugly structure though. I drew this from right here based on this cup closing right there. Inverse cup. Drew that there. We'll get into that trade. A nice little retest there. I guess this would have been a safer trade since that was the cup close, like a overshoot of the cup close. But I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Next trade. Yeah, so that was a green trade, which is kind of interesting. Also, just from the candles where I got in and out. And then this trade. So I charted gold from here. I actually saw it here first. The support, resistance, resistance. And then that also lined up with these supports. So when this broke, I had pretty good confidence. Also, because this one was quite flat, I thought there's probably not one higher than this. So this broke about 768 call on this candle. Another one on this candle. Another one on this candle. And then it just flushed. And I was like, I was still pretty confident. I just did not want to. All I had was this purple. And I was like, I don't want to hold it for a support way down there. So it pretty quickly got to VWAP. So I'm like, all right, I'll just call VWAP my stop. And since that was my stop, I decided to add again on this candle. And it kind of came up and I was just like ready to get out. I wanted at least, yeah. And it came down and I had a lot of these. I had 4 of them. And my entries were mostly awful up here. The structure just wasn't looking good. The fact that it rejected here, like if it came up here, like yeah, I could manage that. And it came back down and hit VWAP again. I'm like, what? It just looked like it wasn't happening. I didn't know. This structure just kind of fell apart. It had still broken that, and so it still looked good. I didn't have any other way to manage it other than this purple, and I did not want to hold for that. So I stuck with my VWAP, and on this wick, I closed out right here. 52 cents. Big L. Big L, rest in peace. Those are the trades. Yep, that's all I did on this account. I was not happy. Not happy with that at all. When it then did what I was expecting. This is literally where I had like 3 different spots for profit target. Yesterday's high, gap close. Yeah, would have been a sick trade actually. I would have had 4 contracts. I would have easily held them till here. Anyways, yeah, that one was a bummer, and it wasn't as bad as yesterday, I guess, where I was whipsawing. After that, I started looking at Eric's chart, just thinking he's not charting right, and on his chart, it actually didn't really break it, just barely, and then it came down. So this would have been hard to trade if I was just looking at his, unless he had this magenta in pretty early to find for managing risk, but even then, that would have been kind of tough. Yeah. So I started looking at Eric's chart, and here's how it ended up. Okay, yeah. Started looking at Eric's chart, and I did a couple trades on Webull. I don't know why these aren't ever in order. Well, okay. 11:52. Right here. 11:52. I'm in a call. I don't know if this is. Yeah, 11:52. I'm in a call for the break of this teal. So I had to complete the inverse cup, and I was looking for a little handle. Thought I had a put before that. Guess not. Maybe it was a mistake. 11:52. I'm in for a call. Out at 11:53. Out at this one. When it was rejecting then. I didn't take the break on magenta here just because it was so close to low of day, and I had to wait for the cup close. Cup close came up here. I was hoping I'm going to keep selling this, and that was going to be my risk. So out of the call there, and I think I'm going to put. Yep, I get 4 puts. Yeah, I got 4 puts. Yikes. 4 puts then. For 65, 60, 66, 66. Sold them for 60 and 58. On this candle right here. Once it closed above that teal. And then I waited. $115. I buy a put for 50 cents. So I wanted to get puts at a resistance, but never hit this resistance. Presuming there's still inverse cup and handle happening. Which it did. It was nice, but I didn't know. I wanted to wait for this. On my chart. Yeah, it's kind of middle of nowhere also, just VWAP. So let's see. Oh yeah, so it's hanging out here, and I'm not really paying attention too much because Eric stopped charting. And then I'm like, I see this candle kind of do this and this little gap. I'm like, that looks like something interesting. Maybe some volume coming in too. And then I quickly charted my red I charted from before. Thought it was maybe a little bit off. I moved it from here down to here. No, actually I didn't have it there yet. I still had it here. I had it there, and then I moved it down here. And then that's why I got in right here. I tried to get more, but it went without me. I got one though. At 115 for 50 cents. Sold it for 73 cents on this candle right here. After the first candle that closed higher, and it was also green. Closed out right there. And happy to have an actual green trade. Of course, I had aspirations for a much bigger move, but I couldn't afford to hold it with one contract. 126. I bought put. Weird. Confusing. Oh, because when I do these like tricky orders, it changes the order of them in my history. I bought a put 126. And let's see. Oh yeah, I was just trying to capitalize on this. Since I closed that one out and it broke again. Yeah, I kind of front ran it. I got one right here. I charted gray at that point, so gray was my stop. I was a little far away from it, unfortunately, but I got one right here, 126. And I closed it at 131. Yeah, I just put a break even on it. It stopped me out right here, which, yeah, in hindsight now, it's like, okay, I was just finding resistance. It was such a small little range. It stopped me out here. But yeah, I was resisting my red nicely, and it actually even stayed in this gray. Like I said, I'm sick. I don't really feel like managing it. I think I maybe had that there. Yeah, I did. I could have held for it. It was just very slow and small range, and I was like, I'm just going to do break even. So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Did end up selling pretty nicely. It's ugly. Like, in real time, this was ugly. Hindsight looks nice. 145, I buy a call. Oh yeah, right here. For the break, I didn't have this bigger gold right here. I did have this gray, though. So this is the first time I broke it. I'm looking for a retracement. Also on the 30-minute. I think we're right here. Yeah, we kind of found support on gold there. So, yeah, I get a call right here. 145. I'm using this gold to manage my risk. It's a little ways away, but it's all right. This came up perfectly and retested this break right here. 146. Sorry. 145. I'm in it for 48 cents. Close it out for 57 at 152. Yeah, right here. I guess I didn't have this gold charted yet. Otherwise, I would have gotten a put right here because this is a perfect little retest. This would be a nice entry for a put. I guess I could have charted it for me supports. It's hard. There wasn't much price action for me to see that yet. Maybe it was my gray. It's just a little different angle. My gray was a little steeper. Not sure. I don't like just buying a put when it retests. I have nowhere to manage my risk, or if my risk is going against me like this. But yeah, this little trade is cool. But then I saw this happen walls away, and I'm like, well, that's too bad. It's a way bigger move. But it was okay. I mean, this morning really just the fact that I can make any green trades after that, I'm happy about. 1423. Okay. 1423. I'm buying. Right here. Oh yeah, this is a put. 1423. I buy. Or this gold. Hoping it continues in this gold down to 20-day. Never quite tested it, so this is a little risky. Got one right here. Got another one at 1437 right here. Bought another one. About the same price. Actually, I think I stopped out of that first one. Yeah, I stopped out of that first one. I should break even. Got back in here. I was just doing break even stops. You can see I was just didn't feel like managing stuff. Bought another one on the next candle. And then sold them both. 20 cents down to 18. Sold them both on this candle. It's supposed to be break even, but slippage on Webull. Yeah, not always the best. 1443 and 1445. I'm in 2 calls, and I stopped out of those for break even. Let's see. Yeah, I bought one here, bought one here. It came up, and then it stopped me at break even somewhere in here. So break even stops were kind of saving me. I still wanted a little exposure, but didn't feel like managing them. It cost me, I can't remember, it cost me somewhere up here. Oh yeah, right here. That move, but that's okay. 1535. Oh, then this stupid end of day trade. 1535. Right here. I broke that red. I'm in it here. I'm using gray for my managed risk. I got 2 of these on accident. I meant to get 1. They were 38 cents. I sold them for 25 on this candle right here. Ugh. This move right here is what I was trying to get right here. Just happened a little bit later. Yeah, this is a perfect little retest. Not sure what I am on Webull today. Probably red after that last trade. Pretty close to break even. I'm definitely red on E-Trade. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Like, I was planning on just kind of looking at Eric's charts today. He wasn't charting this morning though, which I'm glad I did it myself again. This was just maybe being sick a little bit. I'm not conditioned to hold. I don't know. I mean, sometimes you'll get this and you get tiny retest and it rips. Sometimes it'll rip through it. Sometimes it'll do this and come way down, come all the way to purple. So getting in, it's like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I got lucky with that one. See, it seemed like a good trade. Like it worked. I'm just wondering because on Eric's it wasn't even. It like broke his and closed above it, but it was just barely right here. So I don't know. I don't know when he put this magenta in here, but that would have been a nice entry. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down, have a nice next round. See you tomorrow. Peace out.